What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be installing some rough country seat covers onto the Jeep. If you guys already know, I do have some rough country seat covers on my Tacoma as well. I highly recommend them. They were super affordable, they look great, and they were pretty easy to install. So for today's video, as I stated, we're going to be installing some onto the Jeep. At the end of the video, I'll go ahead and give you guys a review on them, and I'll show you guys if they're still worth it or not, in my opinion. And keep in mind, these are for many other vehicles. So if you do at the end of the video want to end up purchasing them, they're going to be in the description box below. And if you guys also want to watch the install video on my Tacoma of these, check it out. That's also in the description box below. Let's go ahead and now get into the video and show you how it's done. So really quick, before we get into the Jeep, I want to show you how they look on the Tacoma. So if you guys do have a Tacoma and you guys haven't watched that video, as you can tell, these seat covers do look OEM. That's why I like them. And for the price, you really can't beat it. It looks really good. Sorry about the mess, but it's for the front and the back, and you still get your factory pockets back here, which is awesome. So I'm excited to see how they turn out on the Jeep. As I stated, they do make it for different vehicles. Let's get into the install and unboxing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and now step into the install, of course, but before we do that, I wanna show you what comes inside the box. So of course, depending on the vehicle you have and the option you pick, it is gonna come a little bit differently. But as far as the style, it's going to be very similar across all the vehicles. The cool thing about this company is, one, they make them very affordable. Two, the quality is actually pretty good for what you get. And then three, they give you the option of just getting the two front seats, or if you want to get the rest of the seats inside the vehicle, if applicable. And as far as for me, the ones that I have here, right here, it's going to come, of course, with the front headrest. It's going to come with the two of the bottom seats for the driver and passenger side, and then it's going to come with the back part of the seats for the passenger and driver side as well. And for the package that I got, it also comes for the rear seats. So it should be pretty straightforward. It shouldn't take too long. But if you are doing this at home, I would highly suggest just take your time with it, and that way you install this correctly. First things first, I'm going to start with the easiest thing, which is the two headrest ones. So follow me inside. All right, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start with the headrest. This is almost the same for any vehicle. There's going to be a little push button that actually releases the headrest, and you just pull to the top just like that, and it'll release. So of course, I do have grab handles on these. Shout out to Bubba's Garage on this one. I have a discount code if you want to get some. They're in the description box below. Here is the one for the headrest. As I stated, there's one for the driver's side and one for the passenger side. These ones are pretty straightforward and easy. For the headrest, they're actually just Velcro. They slip right over and you Velcro them back together. So let's find out which one's the front and which one's the back. You want to go ahead and just slide it right over as best as you can. I will be honest, this section is probably going to be the hardest over the whole thing. The only reason why is because you do need to apply some pressure to get these right over. But once you do, it's pretty easy. So just like that, Velcro it. Let's get the sides. Velcro in the sides and Velcro in the other side. Just like that. You can tell it looks basically factory, but now it is protected. So let's now move on to the seat. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to the driver's side actual seat. We just did the headrest. You're going to want to go ahead and grab one of the bottoms for the bottom where you actually sit, and then you want to go ahead and get one of the backings. I'll show you exactly how to know which is which. So let's go. So for the bottom, it's going to be straightforward. We'll get to that in a minute. As far as for the backing of this part, the cool thing about a rough country is, one, they're actually really comfortable. If you guys ever do purchase them, you'll see what I mean, but they're really like spongy. So it kind of acts as like therapeutic, I guess you can say. I'm kidding, but they're actually really comfortable. And I like the little signature logo. It's just right there in the center, and it's nice and subtle. It doesn't pop like crazy, but it's there. And then when you flip it to the back, you're gonna notice you still get your factory pocket. So if you guys do utilize the factory pocket that's already there, you're not gonna lose it, because Rough Country actually added this in there, so you can still have one. So that's pretty cool. So the way you're gonna know which one goes in which side, whenever dealing with the actual seat, for example, right now we're in the driver's seat, you're gonna notice inside of here, there actually is an airbag. And right here on the actual seat cover, there is a hole. So you want to make sure to grab the seat cover that's going to be applicable to the side. So that way if it ever does explode, it has this open pocket here where it can come out of. Thanks to one of you guys in the comments in my previous review video, you guys actually told me that. I guess I had installed my previous ones incorrectly. So shout out to you, whoever that comment was from. Same thing, you're gonna have that little Velcro strip. And I will be completely honest, these actually do look so much easier than the ones on the Tacoma. The reason why is because these just slide over with the Velcro. Unlike on the Tacoma, it was a little bit more steps, but it's still no problem. At least I know they're secure. Slide these bad boys right over. You're gonna notice there is a cutout at the top. That's gonna be for your handle here. And then there's two little holes, which that's where your actual headrest is gonna insert. So when you bring it all the way down, you wanna make sure to have that spot open. Now that I've actually put the top piece, I wanna show you before we get into the bottom. But as you can tell right here is the cutout now, and this is the driver's side, of course. So there's the cutout, as you can tell. Right here at the top, it has the cutout for the seat, so you can pull it forward or backward, of course. And this is gonna apply depending on your vehicle, of course. And here's the hole for the headrest, and here's the other hole for the headrest, which now we'll go ahead and install. But before that, I wanna go ahead and show you guys this bottom piece. You're gonna notice it's like a flap just left over. That one you wanna go ahead and tuck it in all the way through, and it's gonna go ahead and tuck in all the way through the back side, and you're gonna Velcro it. So of course, once you've Velcroed it in the back, now you wanna go ahead and reinstall your headrest. Super easy, exactly the way you took it off. You just put it back on. Nothing hard about that. You can tell that's the factory one. This is the new rough country one. It looks factory, but looks a lot better. Up next, we're gonna go ahead and now do this bottom section. And once we do this, we'll go ahead and do the passenger. The passenger I'm not gonna show because it's exactly the same as the driver's side, and then we'll move on to the back. So now for the bottom piece. So looking on the bottom of the actual under seat, you're gonna notice there is two clips. Go ahead and unclip that and unclip that. So basically what those things are gonna do is they're gonna wrap around the bottom of the seat to kind of secure it into place. And you're gonna notice there's these clips, which those will also secure underneath. So let's go ahead and just flap it right over, super easy. And you're gonna notice right here, before we keep going, you wanna unclip this because this is actually gonna go around this part right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Sink it in, kind of wrap it around, stick it right in right there. These two straps that we unclipped, you might want to open them just a little bit more. And now we're going to go ahead and sink them right underneath. Now that we got the two front straps here, leave them dangling. Let's go to the back so we can finally clip them underneath the car. You can tell they're right here now. So we're going to go ahead and now clip them underneath the seat. You're not going to be able to see this on camera, but that's what I'm doing right now. Now that it's actually fully installed, as you guys can tell, it looks factory, as I had told you guys from the beginning. Look how great this actually looks. And as I stated, it's super comfortable. It's like a memory foam in a way. Of course it's not, but it feels like it. It looks even better than the stock one. So that is the factory, and this one is the rough country. Off camera, I'll go ahead and do the passenger side. It is exactly the same steps you did on this side. Let's move to the back. Now moving on to the back, we're basically done now. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the side that's for the back first, and of course the headrest first. We'll go ahead and do the bottom half last. So now moving on to the back seats, of course I do have a 2-door, so it's a little bit smaller back here, but it's gonna be the same steps if you had a 4-door Jeep. So for these rear ones, they actually do not have a push button. You literally just pop them right up and they slide right off. Super easy. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this side, and we're gonna go ahead and of course remove this side as well. Super easy. Once we have them removed, we're gonna go ahead and now overlay the headrest part of it. So you're gonna notice for the rears, they don't have any Velcro or anything like that. You just literally slide them right over. So it's kind of like a pillowcase. You just slide it right over. Once you've slid it right over, it's basically done. One down. Let's do the next one, same thing. Super easy, nothing too hard. Now do the back piece. And you are gonna notice right here, it does have an opening, just like that. So this section, of course, is gonna go here. And then same thing right here. And you're gonna notice right here, it is open, because if you guys do have a Jeep, you guys know there is a latch right here. So this opening right here is for that latch. Same thing on this end, it's for this here. And there's one on the opposite side, which is for this here. So we're just gonna go ahead and, of course, put it right over. I just wanna show you guys the bottom really quick. It's gonna have that same texture kind of. And Velcro, just like that. Go ahead and open it up. This is basically gonna be the same for all the other seats as well. So now that we have it wide open, let's go ahead and slide it right over. Dude, you have a mess back there. I'm not gonna be able to do it. All right, so now that we've pulled this right over the cover, as you can tell, I've now slid over the straps, which is one here, and everything here is said and done. Now we can go ahead and put back the headrest, and I'll show you how it looks from the back side right now. But let me do this first. So there's that, and then there's that. So as you can tell, it looks nice and basically factory. So up next, all we have left is this bottom section here. And then, like I stated, we'll go to the back and I can show you the back part of it because there is two things that I want to mention. So now moving on to this bottom portion, I'm not going to bore you too much, but basically right here, looking at the other side of it, you're going to notice there is straps. You want to go ahead and unclip the straps. Just like that, super easy. And all you're going to basically do is overlay it and go underneath the seats and basically clip them. These seats do retract. The only thing, how it is kind of small in here, it's gonna be a little bit hard to see. So once we're done with that, I'll get back to you guys, but it's super simple. So now that I've done the bottom portion, as you can tell, I've put the seats, there is a cutout for the seat belts, buckles, so you wanna make sure to put those over. And on these Jeeps, other cars have it as well. There's gonna be metal brackets, one here, one there, and one there. These seat covers also have cutouts for that, so make sure to put those into place. But basically, this is how it's gonna look. I'll go ahead and show you one last step that's in the back. Let's do that. So basically, I wanted to show you these cutouts. So as you can tell, there's still a cutout for this, which helps release the seat. And then there's also a cutout for the strap and for this other strap, which this actually just ties down that one bag that's gonna be for your roof if you guys do have a Jeep. And then right here, all we need to do now is pull this cloth over that was from the front of the seat cover and strap it together and do this all the way along the way. And we're done with the install. So of course, once you install your seat covers, now you can go ahead and enjoy them. The cool thing about having seat covers, in my opinion, is of course is one, if you do drop some, it's gonna help you out in protecting the actual seat. It won't stain it right away. Another thing is, of course, as for us that we do go off-road a lot, our actual seats do get dirty a lot. So having some seat covers just adds some protection over the years to kind of help out your seats. If you guys know me for a while, you guys know my Tacoma was always really dusty and stuff like that. So when I added the seats, it just added for a lot of protection. And now I can go ahead and kind of just hit them and the dust just flies everywhere, which that's crazy. So this is just gonna add for protection. We needed this on the Jeep because as you can tell, it's also really dirty from off-roading. And we just want to protect it for the years to come. So of course, they're gonna look really good. Let me show you a walk around really quick. But I want to go ahead and state the price for these, in my honest opinion, I still think are by far one of the best in pricing. The reason why I state that is one, because Rev Country does have high quality for what they make. And versus like say you go to an off-brand AutoZone one or something like that, those tend to rip right away. At least this, you're getting a brand and you're not breaking the bank. So you can purchase that. Check it out, it's available for your vehicle. Let me show you how they look. So up next, now that we talked about the price and the quality, now I just want to talk about the fitment. So as far as for fitment, now that I've seen it installed on 2 vehicles, I can kind of talk a little bit more on it. So the only thing that I do kind of say that it's kind of weird on these Rough Country seats that I noticed on mine and on these is this right here. So you're going to notice, watch. That's the only thing, that's probably the only downside. But if you think about it, that's not really a big issue because when you do actually put your back on it, it just acts as a better support. So it's gonna kind of help you out on your back. As for me, I do have back problems, so this does kind of help me out. I know they're not meant for that, but I'm just letting you know they are super comfortable. But yeah, that's probably the only thing that I can say is kind of weird. As far as the actual fitment, I mean, everything is cut out to where it's supposed to be. It has all the cutouts for like the straps, it has cutouts for where the headrest sits, it has all the cutouts in the proper spots as for a factory fitment. As I stated in the beginning, in the back side of it, there is some pockets on your factory vehicle, and the cool thing, Rough Country added those in. They could have easily left them out, but they added that small touch, which actually adds to a lot of value in my opinion. And overall, I mean, on mine, I've dropped the soda, I've dropped, of course, a lot of dirt, I've dropped many other things on it, and they still look like they're holding up. The only thing, if you do have one sharp object, it might tear through it, I'm not gonna lie. I actually had a knife in my pocket, don't ask why, and I did kind of tear it just a little bit. But even then, it was a knife and it didn't tear right through. So that's pretty cool. The other thing, their little outline right here of their logo, something that's actually cool. I know it doesn't have nothing to do with fitment, but it looks really good, and they put it in a good spot. I've seen people put it on the top right here. I've seen people just stitch it on the side or coming up and down, and that looks kind of weird. So I kind of like that they put it there or there would have been fine, to be honest, but that looks pretty cool. As far as for fitment, I'd give it probably like a 9 out of 10. This is the only one thing that I can say is the issue, which is nothing big. For my Tacoma, like I stated, I had the same thing, but everything else fit very well. So now, as far as time of installation, the only thing I will say is if for your vehicle it has those little like strap things that the back seat had, that's probably the only thing that's going to be time consuming. So if you guys are wondering about how long it takes, that's all I can tell you guys. If your guys' specific vehicle doesn't have those strap things, it'll be fine. You could do this right away because it literally just slides right over, Velcros in. But if you have the straps, that's gonna take a little bit more time because you have to kind of finesse with it, and you have to kind of reach around and play with it until you finally click them in. It does add for security, so that way the seats don't move around when you're sitting down. So that's a plus, even though it's a downside as far as time. I hope this helps out somebody out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and install. As I stated, if you do want to end up purchasing them, they're gonna be in the description box below. Make sure to be subscribed because we do a lot of giveaways, just in case you guys don't know who I am. I do giveaways on my channel. We do a lot of off-road vlogs. We do off-road installs. We do many other things on this channel. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.